The acrid smell of my burned house clung to my hair as Bryn Ashworth Sterling strutted into my courtroom like she owned it. I, Judge Miriam Blackwood, sat in my black robes, gavel in hand, staring at the woman who'd torched a federal judge's home. Her audacity made my teeth clench. Bryn, the HOA tyrant, thought burning my house would silence me. Instead, she'd ignited a legal firestorm that would dismantle her criminal empire. 6 months earlier, I was a shattered widow. My husband, Harold, had been devoured by cancer, leaving our 1940s Pinewood Estates home a mausoleum of memories. Pinewood, once a blue-collar haven, was being gentrified by people like Bryn, 45, driving a Tesla, clutching superfood smoothies, and hell-bent on elevating the neighborhood by harassing anyone who didn't fit her vision. My first run-in with her came while I was building Harold's memorial fence, a 6-foot sanctuary we'd planned together. She arrived, pink tape measure in hand, claiming it was 6'2", and demanding a $500 fine. I'd hired a surveyor. It was exactly 6 feet. No such regulation existed. Digging into court records, I found her motive. 3 years ago, I'd ruled against her husband's shady contracting firm for scamming an elderly veteran. This was revenge. Bryn escalated with psychological warfare. Certified letters citing fake violations like Harold's memorial stone and my mailbox's non-regulation color. Each demanded absurd fines. As a judge with 20 years' experience, I knew these were legally baseless. I filed complaints with the Colorado Real Estate Commission and documented her harassment meticulously. Then she crossed into felony territory. Security footage caught her trespassing in my backyard, measuring my property, and deliberately leaving my gate open. Hours later, her landscaping crew chased my cat, Gavel, Harold's last gift, into a storm drain with leaf blowers. He barely survived, costing $800 in vet bills. This wasn't just harassment. It was animal cruelty and attempted murder of my family. I called Sarah Morgan, a Channel 7 journalist, who exposed Bryn's targeting of minorities and elderly residents. The community erupted. 5 families shared similar stories: forced removals of religious statues, fines for kids' chalk art, and harassment until they sold their homes. Then retired FBI agent Pat Donnelly dropped a bombshell. Bryn was Sandra McKenzie, a federal fugitive using stolen identities from witness protection. She destroyed 15 communities across 4 states, embezzling $4 million through HOA scams and insurance fraud. My house was next, marked for arson to trigger a $320,000 insurance payout. My kitchen became a war room. With Pat, Walt Henderson, a neighbor, and Rebecca Morgan, a former federal prosecutor, we built a case. Federal charges included mail fraud, wire fraud, RICO conspiracy, and identity theft. We froze Bryn's accounts and issued warrants. Her final mistake came when my security cameras caught her arson crew planting accelerants around my house. She even bribed a fire marshal on camera, adding federal corruption charges. At 3:17 a.m., my house exploded into flames. Harold's roses, our kitchen, our memories, gone. But her own evidence trapped her. She'd filed insurance claims 47 minutes before the fire started, proving premeditated murder. In court, Bryn faced a packed gallery of her victims. Judge Patricia Morrison read her aliases and charges: attempted murder, arson, fraud, and civil rights violations. Bryn's claim that I'd orchestrated a vendetta only confirmed her intent, sealing her fate. The jury took under 4 hours to convict her and her husband. She got life without parole. He got 25 years. Seized assets compensated victims across 4 states, and Pinewood's reformed HOA became a national model, with transparent finances and protections against harassment. 2 years later, I stood in my rebuilt home, gavel purring, Harold's roses blooming. The Judge Harold Blackwood Scholarship, funded by documentary deals, sent kids like Maria Rodriguez to law school. Pinewood's Justice Festival celebrated our triumph, and 15 states passed laws to stop HOA predators. Bryn rots in federal prison, her empire ashes. Justice wasn't just punishment, it was healing, hope, and a community reborn. Call to action. Share your HOA horror stories below. Document everything, rally your neighbors, and fight back. Subscribe for more tales of karma. Next week, we expose a corrupt tax assessor. Justice always wins when good people refuse to stay silent.